starting to move cars
right?
again.
You're going to go in like this, around like this, through here, and then around this blue. You got to go around this blue. Don't sell it out. You've got to go around this blue. I disqualified a ton of kids yesterday because of this.
All right, we're good. Okay, all right. So yeah, we're gonna start up front. We're gonna get the front line.
It did not stop. Time did not stop.
All right, hold on. You say that did not.
Right, the timer's still running. Put your hand through it.
No, I just hit it a couple times.
I'll take one more run. Looking down there.
Is it me or is it getting darker quicker than yesterday? Because we're already losing bars again. That means the earth is going backwards.
All right, put the on now. No, not yet. I'm outside putting the photograph on. No, I cut it off. No, I just cut that off. Thank you.
We're ready to start. Narek Manassian from Austin Prep is in the start.
Thank you. Thank you. Hey, are you going to take those keys out?
Narek Manassian is now on top. In the start is Colby Muse from North Andover. Time for Nerig, 35.13.
What team is he on? What team is he on?
I think I started to zoom out a little too much.
Well, but missed multiple.
I want to nip that in the bud right away.
Alright, I'll
Cooper
let you
Muse
sort it
now on course up top.
out. I'll let you sort it
Peyton
out.
McKee from St. John's
Looks
Prep
easy
is in
enough.
the start.
Sorry to fist bump you with my left.
Peyton McKee up top.
Right.
Time for Colby, 29.61. Peyton McKee on course. Cameron Light from Manchester, Essex up top. Time for Peyton McKee, 27.66. Cameron Light on course. Adam Payne up top. Time for Cameron, 34.97. Adam Payne on course. Time for Adam Payne, 24.63. Graham Smith from Newport is on course. Ryan Swenson from Andover is up top. Time for Graham Smith, 32.07. Ryan Swenson from Andover is in the start.
And I don't know if you know Tom, but let me know if they're 50 days and I don't see them. Yeah, no, Neil's bad.
Ryan Swenson now on course up top. Andrew Mitchell from Masconomet is in the start. Andrew Mitchell now on course up top. Dante Filodoro from Austin Prep is in the start. Time for Ryan, 29.48. In the start is Derek Monahan from North Andover. Time for Andrew Mitchell, 28.46. Time for Dante Filodoro, 29.90. Owen Gant from St. John's Prep is in the start. Derek Monahan on course. Derek Monahan's time, 28.49. Owen Gant now on course. Henry Hartford from Haverhill is in the start. Time for Owen Gant, 25.69. Owen Babby from Manchester, Essex is on course, and Henry Hartford from Haverhill is in the start. Henry Hartford now on course. Tommy Lynch from Newburyport is in the start. Time for Owen, 37.89. Time for Henry Hartford, 25.64. Tommy Lynch on course, Sanjay Kim from Andover up top. On the Time for Tommy Lynch, 31.18. Sanjay Kim on course. Owen Palmer from Masconomet up top. Dario Filodoro in the start from Austin. Time for Sanjay Kim, 27.5. In the start is Ryan Radowski from North Andover. Time for Owen Palmer, 27.31. Dario Filodoro on course, Ryan Radowski up top, and Tim Harmon from St. John's Prep is in the start. Time for Dario, 28.86. Ryan Radowski on course, and Tim Harmon from St. John's Prep is in the start.
Good effort, 3. It's all right.
Tim Harmon now on course up top. Tristan Rogers from Manchester, Essex is in the start. Time for Tim Harmon, 24.12. Tristan Rogers on course. Paul Parichojak from Haverhill in the start. Time for Paul, 40.15. Paul Parichojak on course, and Nolan Smith from Newburyport is in the start. Time for Paul Parichojak, 28.51. Nolan Smith on course, and Theo Hutchins from Andover is in the start. Theo Hutchins now on course up top, and Will Caron from Masconomet is in the start.
Come on, fight good, buddy. Speed up, buddy. Come on.
Time for Nolan Smith, 33.61. Theo Hutchins on course, Will Caron up top on course, Luke Biley from Austin Prep is in the start. Time for Theo Hutchins, 28.58. In the start is Luke Ramos from North Andover. Time for Will Cameron, 26.66. Cole Hosmer from St. John's Prep is now in the start. Luke Bartley and Luke Ramos are on course. Time for Luke Bartley, 30.48. Luke Ramos on course. Peter Shaw from Manchester, Essex is in the start. Time for Luke Ramos, 27.09. Cole Hosmer on course. Peter Shaw from Manchester, Essex is in the start. Time for Cole Hosmer, 25.74. Peter Shaw is now on course up top, and Aiden Wise from Haverhill is in the start.
I do. The next break I get, I'll give you one. No problem.
Aiden Wise is now on course up top. Andrew Long from Newburyport is in the start. Time for Peter Shaw, 42.80. Aiden Wise on course. Andrew Long up top from Newburyport. Quentin Cario from Andover is in the start.
Wait, no, that's my first read, right? Yeah, 4. Yeah,
Time for Andrew Long from Newburyport, 32.30. Quentin Cario is now on course.
Came across it.
Time for Quentin, 30.10. Will Zamagny from Masco is on course.
We need a red.
Yeah, I got one here. Tell him be holding up. Hey, Liam! I was almost going to put a couple of those in my booth.
Drew Nadrozic now on top on the course. Ollie Lister from North Andover is in the start. Time for Drew Nadrozic, 34.33. Ollie Litzter on course. Josh Harmon from St. John's Prep is in the start. Time for Ollie Litzter, 28.56. Thank you. Josh Harmon on course, and Alex Ziza from Havel is in the start. Time for Josh Harmon, 24.90. Alex Ziza on course, and Tyler Chebanian from Newburyport is in the start. Time for Alex Ziza, 32.13. Tyler Chebanian on course, and Gardner Porter from Andover is in the start. Time for Tyler Chebanian, 32.37. Gardner Porter on course, and Anthony Stevens from Masconomet is up top. Time for Gardner, 30.75. Anthony Stevens on course. Ryan Reck from Austin Prep is in the start. Time for Anthony Stevens, 31.31. Ryan Reck on course. Will Hennessy from North Andover is in the start. Will Hennessy now on course. Rocco Mascarelli is in the start for St. John's. Rocco Mascarelli now on course up top. Charles Hulkgren from Manchester Essex is in the start. Time for Ryan Reck was 37.26. Time for Will Hennessy, 29.44. Rocco Mascarelli. Time is 27.41. Ryan Began from Havel is on course, and Caleb Bradshaw from Newburyport is in the start. Time for Ryan Began, 36.07. Caleb Bradshaw on course. Ian Cox from Andover is up top on course. In the start is Bodie DeVellion from Masconomet. Time for Caleb Bradshaw, 34.15. Bodie DeVellion now on course up top, and David Morrow from Austin Prep is in the start. Time for Ian Cox, 32.05. David Morrow now on course up top. Ibrahim Haroun from North Andover is in the start. Time for Bodie DeVellion, 30.00. David Morrow from Austin Prep on course. Ibrahim Haroun up top from North Andover. Now in the start is Henry Coote from St. John's Prep. Time for David Morrow, 33.99. Time for Ibrahim Haroon, 30.97. Henry Coote now on course, and David Yang from Haverhill is in the start. Time for Henry Coote, 25.58. David Yang is on course. Now in the start is Sawyer Sperry from Newburyport. Sawyer Sperry now on course up top. Time for David Yang, 40.28. Max Reams from Andover is in the start. Max Reams now on course up top. Lars Kovamies from Astronomet is in the start. Time for Max Reams, 30.73. Lars Kovamies on course. Nate Jaffe from Austin Prep is up top on course, and Will VW from North Andover is now in the start. Time for Lars, 32.05. Nate Jaffe on course. Will VW on course up top. Evan Fisicelli from St. John's Prep is in the start. Time for Nate Jaffe, 38.17. Evan Fisicelli is now on course up top. Sam White from Haverhill is in the start. Time for Will VW, 31.26. Sam White now on course up top, and Beckett Saab from Newburyport is in the start. Time for Evan Fisicelli, 27.99. Beckett Saab now on course up top, and Kyron Marr from Andover in the start. Time for Sam White, 42.43. Kyron Marr now on course up top, and Evan Zeltzer from Astronomers in the start. Time for Beckett, 36.83. Evan Zeltzer now on course up top, and Jacob Coombs from Austin Prep is in the start. Time for Kyron, 31.39. Jacob Coombs now on course up top. Zach Goldman from North Andover is in the start. Time for Evan, 34.84. Zach Goldman now on course up top. In the start is Matt Vigneault from St. John's Prep. Time for Jacob, 37.53. Matt Vigneault now on course up top, and Austin Yim from Newburyport is in the start. Time for Zach Goldman, 29.29. Austin Yim now on course up top, and Peter Shaw from Andover is in the start. Time for Matt, 28.36. Peter Shaw now on course from Andover, up top. Calvin Tragathon from Astronomer is in the start.
Go, Yimmy, finish, buddy, let's go.
Time for Austin Yim, 40.36. Calvin Tragathon now on course up top, and George Mamakos from Austin Prep is in the start. Time for Peter Shaw, 36.73. George Mamakos now on course up top, and Will Arms from North Andover is in the start. Time for Calvin, 34.60. Will Arms now on course from North Andover, and Sam Charette from St. John's Prep is in the start. Time for George Mamakos, 41.25. Sam Charette now on course up top from St. John's, and Rourke Lee from Newburyport is in the start. Time for Will Arms, 35.65. Rourke Lee from Newburyport now on course up top, and John Nyes from Andover is in the start. Time for Sam Charette, 26.20. John Nyes now on course up top from Andover. Elias Cantor from Astronomer is in the start.
Come on, Rourke. Finish strong, buddy. Go. Duck in. Rourke.
Time for Rourke Lee, 43.47. Elias Cantor now on course up top, and Danny Holmes from Austin Prep is in the start. Time for Johnny Nees, 32.00. Danny Holmes now on course up top, and Chris Bodnar from North Andover is in the start. Time for Elias Cantor, 34.08. Chris Bodnar now on course from North Andover. Sam Tucker from St. John's Prep is in the start. Time for Danny Holmes, 38.02. Who was that, North Andover? Sam Tucker from St. John's now on course up top, and Henry Aiello from Newburyport is in the start. Time for Sam Tucker, 28.94. Henry Aiello on course. Noah Chanterbaum from Andover in the start. Noah Chanterbaum now on course up top. Ethan Daly from Masconomet is in the start. Time for Henry, 53.58. Ethan Daly now on course up top. Liam Dean from Austin Prep is in the start. Time for Noah Chanterbaum, 33.94. Liam Dean is now on course up top. Ben Polonsky from North Andover is in the start.
Somebody sees Henry down there. Make sure you grab his bib. All right?
Time for Ethan, 33.06. Ben Polonsky from North Andover now on course up top, and Aiden Rogers from St. John's Prep is in the start. Time for Liam Dean, 43.72. Aiden Rogers from St. John's is in the start. Is on course up top. Kyle Haskell from Andover is in the start. Time for Aiden Rogers, 28.45. 28.45. Kyle Haskell from Andover is in the start. Kyle is now on course. Time for Kyle Haskell, 36.14. Colin Dillon from Masconomet is on course up top, and Josh Zucchero from Austin Prep is in the start. Dillon from Masconomet. Please go to the top for a rerun. Colin Dillon from Masconomet. Go to the top for a rerun. On course now is Josh Zucchero from Austin Prep. In the start is Kevin Packett from North Andover. Time for Josh. 95.11. Kevin Packett from North Andover, now on course. Nick Marino from St. John's Prep is in the start.
You get a rerun coming up.
Yeah, cool.
So you get time for one kid to basketball. Right, correct. That's St. John's.
Nick Marino now on course up top, and Alexander Riley from Andover is in the start. Time for Kevin Packett, 34.69. Time for Nick Marino, 37.06. Alexander Riley now on course. Zach Richard from Masconomet is in the start. Time for Alex Riley, 33.85. Zach Richard on course, and Avery Tippett from North Andover is in the start. Avery Tippett's now on course up top, and Alex Flynn from St. John's Prep is in the start. Time for Zach Richards, 35.77. Zach Richards, 35.77. Avery Tibbetts on course. And in the start is Colin Dillon from Masconomet. Time for Avery Tibbetts, 35.31. Now on course is Colin Dillon from Masconomet. And in the start is Alex Flynn from St. John's Prep. Time for Colin Dillon, 34.20. Nate Flagg from Andover is in the start. Time for Nate Flagg, 29.40. Alex Flynn's time from St. John's Prep, 29.40. Nate Flagg is on course, and John McQuarrie from Masconomet is in the start. Time for Nate Flagg, 34.50. Joey Zuccola from Austin Prep is in the start. Joey Zuccola now on course. Time for John McQuarrie, 35.60. Muhammad Haroon from North Andover is in the start. Time for Joey Zuccola, 49.88. Muhammad Haroon is on course. Luke Elmer from St. John's Prep is on course up top. Patrick Alardi from Andover is in the start. Time for Muhammad Haroon, 36.29. Patrick Alardi is now on course up top. And in the start is Aiden Oasis. Time for Luke Elmer, 30.27. Patrick Alardi is on course, and Aiden Oasis is on course up top. Time for Patrick Alardi, 34.33. Time for Aiden, 35.50. That concludes today's varsity race. The JV race will start in about 5 minutes.
All right, AP1, ME3, NA4, ME4, NP5,
Get right that fast. I'm on
AP12,
I'm on
and what's that?
Get right that fast.
All right, sorry.
I got Austin 1, ME3, North Andover 4.
ME4.
ME4 again, yeah.
Yep. Newburyport 5.
Yeah.
AP12.
Yeah.
AP13.
You got it. Thanks, Terry.
You got it.
Good. But then they're watching and got second round. Awesome. Thanks, Liam. All right, you're welcome.
Okay, JV race is about to begin.
Alright, you lined up there? Are you lined up? You feeling ready to race up there? Okay.
In the start right now should be Aiden A. Banbury from North Andover. Aiden Banbury now on course. Tyler Schwarm from St. John's Prep is in the start. Time for Aiden, 37.60. Tyler Schwarm now on course up top, and Owen McLean from Manchester is in the start. Correction, Declan Mackhold from Andover is in the start. Declan now on course. In the start is Baden Cox from Masco. Time for Tyler Schwarm, 31.38. Baden Cox on course from Masconomet up top. Sean Murphy is in the start from Austin Prep. Time for Declan, 37.99. Sean Murphy on course up top, and Will Slayton from North Andover in the start. Time for Baden Cox, 35.73. Will Slayton now on course from North Andover, and Andrea Koplow from St. John's Prep in the start. Time for Sean Murphy, 46.76. Time for Will Slayton, 34.89. Gray West from Manchester, Essex, on course up top. Time for Andrea, 31.71. Teddy Pierney now on course from Andover up top. And in the start is Jonas Kovamies. Time for Gray West, 35.72. Jonas Kovamies now on course, and Ryan Sullivan from Austin Prep is in the start. Time for Teddy, 35.37. Ryan Sullivan now on course up top, and Austin Banbury from North Andover in the start. Time for Jonas, 38.02. Austin Banbury, now on course from North Andover. Andrew Scorzoni from St. John's Prep is in the start. Time for Ryan, 44.75. Andrew Scorzoni from St. John's is now on course up top, and Ernest Taylor from Manchester, Essex is in the start. Thank you. Time for Andrew Scorzoni, 33.13. Ernest Taylor from Manchester on course, and Ty Cox from Andover is in the start. Ty Cox now on course up top, and Matt Aronson from Masconomet is in the start. Time for Ernest, 39.80. Matt Aronson now on course up top, and Nick Capone from Austin Prep is in the start. Matt Aronson on course, and Tom Judson from North Andover is on course up top. Time for Matt Aronson, 37.61. Thomas Judson on course. Josh Atkinson from St. John's is on course up top. Tucker Nichols from Manchester, Essex is in the start. Time for Thomas Judson, 41.57. Tucker Nichols now on course up top, and Elliot McGuide from Andover is in the start. Time for Josh Atkinson, 34.39. Elliot McQuide now on course up top. Quinn Dexter from Masconomet is in the start. Time for Tucker Nichols, 38.65. Quinn Dexter on course up top. Carson Wong from North Andover in the start. Time for Elliot McQuide, 32.72. Carson Wong from North Andover now on course up top. Jack Bowden from St. John's Prep is in the start. Time for Quinn Dexter, 42.32. Jack Bowden from St. John's Prep, now on course up top, and William Connell from Manchester is in the start. Time for Carson Wong, 41.35. William Cornell on course up top, and Joe Anton from Andover is in the start. Time for Jack Bowden, 32.91. Joe Anton now on course up top. Mike Mahalchik from Masconomet is in the start. Time for William Cornell, 40.52. Mike Mahalchik on course up top. Luke Gurney from North Andover in the start. Time for Joe Anton, 41.71. Luke Gurney now on course up top, and Nolan Chandler from St. John's Prep is in the start. Time for Mike Mahalchik, 41.53. Nolan Chandler now on course up top, and Andrew Cahill from Manchester, Essex is in the start. Time for Luke Durney, 44.06. Andrew Cahill from Manchester on course up top. Matthew Weber from Andover is in the start. Time for Nolan, 37.57. Matthew Weber now on course up top, and Owen Riley from Masconomet in the start.
No. You have master six? Okay. You get master.
Time for Andrew Cahill, 45.48. Owen Riley from Masco on course up top, and Artem Likanov from North Andover is in the start. Time for Matthew Weber, 39.14. Artem Likanov now on course up top, and Max Rizza from St. John's is in the start. Time for Owen Riley, 41.66. Max Rizza now on course. Ryan Kane from Andover in the start. Time for Max Rizza. Time for Artem Likanov, 43.91. Ryan Kane from Andover, up on the course up top. Charles Antonakis in the start from Masconomet. Time for Max Rizza, 36.93. Charles Antonakis from Masconomet, on course up top. Niels Everest from St. John's Prep is in the start. Time for Ryan Kane, 43.51. Niels Everest from St. John's is on course up top. Ruiz Boylan from Andover is in the start. Time for Charles Antonakis, 42.52. Ruiz Boylan on course up top, and Leo Catullus from Masconomet is in the start. Time for Niels Everest, 36.39. Ruiz Boylan from Andover, to the top for a rerun. Ruiz Boylan from Andover, to the top for a rerun.
What number? 8?
Leo Catullus from Masco, now on course up top. Grant Drinkwater from St. John's Prep is in the start.
You got St. John's 9? Alright.
Drinkwater, now on course up top. Malachi Breedy from Andover is in the start.
You have a can number 9? And or 8. Okay, alright.
Thank you. Malachi Breedy now on course up top. Charlie Pasanka from Masconomet is in the start.
You can, Masco.
Charlie Pasanka now on course up top. And Ronan Mullen from St. John's is in the start. Time for Malachi, 39.99.
Let me know. Oh, wait. You gotta go to the game, right? Alright, you can go ahead and set St. John.
Ronan Mullen from St. John, now on course up top.
Okay. Alright, so you get number 10. Okay. Alright.
Time for Charlie Pasanka, 48.07. Dan Goldsmith from Andover, now on course up top. Lucas Massaro from St. John's Prep is in the start. Time for Ronan Mullen, 39.95. Lucas Massaro, now on course up top. In the start is Naoise Ruiz Boylan. Time for Daniel Goldsmith, 46.13. Naoise Ruiz Boylan from Andover, now on course up top. Time for Lucas, 41.96. In the start is Armin Chowdhury from Andover. Time for Naoise, 40.49. Alex Ruffini, on course for St. John's Prep. Time for Alex Ruffini, 48.32. Time for Luke Bannerman, 35.53. That was Luke Bannerman.
You have the interval lines on it, right? 57.
Okay, how many more guys are up there? 5.
On course is Ryan DeBenedictis from Andover. Adam Savoy from St. John's Prep is in the start.
And then what? John 15 to last racer?
Time for Ryan DeBenedictis, 42.14. Adam Savoy is on course, and Phil Murray from St. John's Prep is in the start. Phil Murray now on course up top. Time for Adam Savoy, 37.32. Time for Phil Murray, 40.83. That concludes the junior varsity race. Thank you all for coming.